If you're over 50 and you've started noticing that you're developing weak knees, in this video, we'll show you 3 proven and safe physio exercises to improve muscle strength around your knee joints. We also pick the safest exercises to minimize the risk of you upsetting your sensitive knees. My name is Alex. I'm a physiotherapist with over 21 years experience in private practice.
I'm Gavin, and I'm a personal trainer for about 13 years, and Alex and I co-own New Zealand's only fitness studio for people over the age of 40, and many of our clients come here with really bad knee issues. So we're going to jump in and explain to you what these 3 exercises are. We're going to demonstrate them, show you how to make them a little bit easier, a little bit harder, and you can do this pretty much in the comfort of your own home. So let's just jump in and we'll get started.
Hey guys, so the first exercise we're going to demonstrate today is the long lever glute bridge. Now, how is the long lever glute bridge different to your normal glute bridge? Now, when I ask Gavin to lie down, so if you just lie down on your back, okay? So what makes this exercise a little bit different is that I'll ask Gavin to put his feet a little bit further away. So normal glute bridge, you'd have your feet further in, so closer to the bum, to the hips, okay? So with the long lever glute bridge, you're going to have your feet further away, okay? So roughly about that angle right there. Now, what makes long lever glute bridge safer for your knees and more effective is because by having your knees in this position, you're going to be focusing more on the hamstrings and the glutes, and you're going to have less compression forces going through the knee joint, making it safer, making it less likely to flare up your sore knee joint. Okay, so this is what we do. We're going to plant Gavin's feet down on the floor like this. You're going to push through the heels. You're going to clench or activate your buttock muscles or the glutes, okay? And then you're going to lift your hips up off the floor, okay? You hold it there for about 5 seconds, and then you're going to slowly lower yourself down. Now, if you have a tendency of arching your back while you're doing this, make sure you're sucking your tummy in. So pull the belly button in, try to keep the curve in your lower back as flat as possible. Okay, so kind of push your ribs down into the floor, then clench your buttocks and lift your hips up. Okay, cool. So 5-second hold, then 5 seconds just relax and let go. Okay, so I would suggest doing it for anywhere between 10 to 15 times. So 5 seconds on, 5 seconds off. 10 to 15 times. You should feel a bit of fatigue or a bit of tiredness in your glute muscle area or in your hamstring. And then maybe do 2 or 3 sets of these with about 1 minute break in between.
So if you're looking for a free exercise guide, we'll be walking you through 5 of our best exercises. All you need to do is comment strength down below and we'll send you over that free knee strengthening guide absolutely free. Okay, so the next exercise we got is calf raises, okay? There's a couple of ways to do it and I'll talk you through those. So what we're gonna do on this version, Alex is gonna stand on a plate. And the reason he does that is that when he lets his heels drop to the floor that way, he gets a bit more of a stretch in the muscle. So we're lengthening the muscle to give you a better range of movement. Alex is going to hold on to the chair that way, okay, to make sure that he doesn't fall over. So use a really sturdy chair. This is just for demonstration purposes only. When Alex is going to let his heels drop to the floor, okay, and then he's going to squeeze or lift his heels as high as he possibly can. And you're going to feel a build up in the calves at the top there. You're going to hold just for a second. You're going to feel it tighten up, and then you're going to lower back to the start, okay? All the way down to the bottom and back to the top again and squeeze. And I'm actually going to keep on doing that at that speed because that is the perfect speed for us to be getting the most out of it. So we're looking at 1 to 2 seconds up. I'm going about 2 seconds down as well. It's about a 4-second rep, which means you're getting a lot of tension on that muscle to help it get stronger and obviously allow it to support the knee. There's another way we could do this as well. So if you're feeling really strong and you've got good calves, Alex is going to take this foot and just hit it, tuck it behind his ankle that way. And now it becomes a slightly harder version because he's now doing one-legged calf raises. So you can move on to this version when you can do about 20 reps with both legs. Then you can do the one-legged version and you might find that the reps decrease to about 10 to 12 and you can stay there and do the other side. Alex can stop there, otherwise you'll have huge calves. So how many times a week do you want to do it? It's about 3 times a week, about 12 to 15 reps if you can do that. and you want to do about 3 sets through. So you might do the calf raises, take 30-second rest, repeat that 2 more times.
So the reason why the calf raises are so good for your knee joint is because number one, it doesn't bend the knee joint, which means it's very unlikely to aggravate your knee pain. And the second reason, because it strengthens the calf muscle actually crosses the knee joint from the back. So it actually helps to support the knee joint from the back. Most people don't realize it. The other thing is you use your calf muscle when you're walking. Okay, so if you want to improve your ability to walk, if you want to walk a little bit faster, a stronger calf muscle will certainly help you with that. Okay, and the exercise number 3 is seated isometric knee extensions. Okay, so what it means is that Gavin is sitting in a chair, so you can use any chair you have at home. Okay, so we're going to work Gavin's left leg first. Okay, so what we're going to do is we're going to ask Gavin to keep his toes slightly pointing out. Okay, so if it's the left leg, about 11 o'clock. Okay, so toes are pointing slightly out. I'm going to ask Gavin to straighten his leg, but not right to the end. So don't lock your knee. Now, the reason why we're not locking the knee is because when the knee goes into full extension, so if he was to straighten his leg completely, that is likely to upset a sore knee joint. Okay, so if you have sensitive knees, don't go right to the end. Don't lock your knee joint. So stop about 20 or 30 degrees short of full extension. Okay, so all I'm going to ask Gavin to do now is tense up his inner quad, inner thigh muscle, and just hold that position. Okay, that's very simple. You just hold the leg in that position. Give it about 20 to 30 seconds. You have to hold it for a little while. Okay, now when you start, it will probably feel quite easy, but after a few seconds, you should start to feel a bit of fatigue. There we go.
Already, yeah.
Gavin is getting tired now. So it actually is harder than it looks. So give it a try. Now, if this still feels quite easy, if you can hold it for 30 seconds and you can do it a few times and it still feels super easy, this is the harder version. Okay, we're going to use a loop of a rubber band. Okay, so you're going to loop it around your other foot and around the ankle of the leg that you are trying to work. So again, toes slightly out, tense up your inner thigh muscle, go up to about that sort of position where you're straightening the leg, but it's not completely straight, and hold the leg in that position. So now you've got a bit more tension just on the leg. So see that actually it gets harder a lot quicker. Okay, so maybe if you could do without the band, if you can do 30 seconds, with the band you may only be able to do 5 or 10 seconds. Okay, so see what you can do. It's okay to have a bit of a burn in your thigh muscle. It's not okay to have pain in the actual knee joint. Okay, so if you get pain in the knee joint, you should stop. All right, so if you're a beginner, start with maybe 5 or 6 repetitions of these, and then you can slowly build it up to maybe 10 reps.
So if you are somebody though that is really struggling with like sore knees, and even these exercises hurt, okay, we've got a video that we're going to put up in the top corner there, which is going to help you strengthen your glutes and take a whole bunch of load off those knees. And it's a really great way to support the knees without hurting the knees itself. So head over to that video and we'll see you over there.